Hello and welcome to this preview of TNA Turning Point. TNA presents Turning Point live on pay-per-view this Sunday, and I'm here to run it down. There are 5 announced matches at this time. Really, if you take into consideration everything, really 6, but 5 officially announced matches, and we're going to run it down here. The Feast or Fired match. Now, I'm not sure if this is a Battle Royal or a Gauntlet match, but here's the deal. 15 superstars will compete for shots at the TNA World Championships. 4 cases will hang from the corners of the ring. 3 will contain a title shot at either the TNA World, Tag Team, or X Division Championships. The 4th will contain a certificate informing whoever gets it that they are fired. Now, this is basically what's wrong with TNA right now. The stipulation really makes no sense. Yes, you're throwing out title shots out there, but why would you risk it? Why would you risk it? Why doesn't... there's 15 people in this match. 11 of these guys should just leave. The 11 people that can leave first, leave the other 4 guys in there. One of them is going to get fired. And you're saying, these are championship shots at the line. I understand that. But if you ask anyone in there, their job would be more important. The whole basis around this match really makes no sense. And I'd be a happy man if someone like, anyone got fired and they brought him back with a strong push. That'd be fine if that's what they're going with here. But really, the stipulation makes no sense. I don't want to harp and blame everything on Russo. I don't even know if it's him. But this is something that he would come up with. The stipulation makes no sense. Really, what's wrong with TNA right now? And prediction, and here's the other thing. Whoever gets the 3 title shots, they're probably going to have the matches on Impact. Another thing that makes me mad. You get 3 guys, 3 contenders. You get a tag team wrestler, they pick a partner. So you have 3 number 1 contenders. Take those matches, build it. Build the matches to final resolution. Don't throw them all on Impact. Because now you're developing contenders here. Have the matches on final resolution. Take time on Impact to build to them. But I guarantee they'll have them on Impact. Not much more to say. Next we have the Knockout Women's Championship. Awesome Kong defends against Gail Kim. Now, let me preface this with saying, if you have never checked out 411 Mania, this is something you should do. It's probably one of my favorite wrestling sites out there, www.411mania.com. And the man around there, Larry Zonka, he does this podcast type deal. And he threw around this idea. He did a Turning Point preview. And he kind of threw around this idea, and I'm going to actually borrow it, but it was his really idea, and I'm going to share it with you guys. Here's the deal. You have 1 title match on this pay-per-view, the Knockouts Championship. Why not put it in the main event? I totally support this, and here's why. You want to say, TNA, we are wrestling, we are an alternative. You won't, and they've spent a lot of time being just like the WWE. But back then, the X Division, they were an alternative. Is the WWE ever going to put a women's title in the main event? Never. Never. TNA, you have a shot here. This match has been well built. The build-up to this has been phenomenal. Put this in the main event. What do you have to lose? Okay, you're not going to lose any buys. You lose 500 buys. Okay? You have, 20,000 going down to 19,500. Big deal. Put this in the main event. It has the potential to be a great match. And it also has the potential, you as a TNA promotion says, hey, we are an alternative. We can be different. We can provide you with something that is not the WWE. This is their chance to do it. Will they do it? No. But I support that. As far as the match goes, I think Awesome Kong should win because it makes sense. She's been destroying everyone, and she's, it's okay to have the title change here. This is the first big, really knockouts match. Last month we got that 4-way. Have Awesome Kong win. and build Gail Kim on her path to getting the title back. I think that's logically what you do with this feud. But again, this has all the potential in the world. Good booking on this. We move on to a tables match between Team 3D and Johnny Devine versus the Motor City Machine Guns and the X Division champion Black Machismo Jay Lethal. Now this match also has potential, and here's the case where last month they surprised us. The match surprised me with Motor City Machine Guns and Team 3D. The Johnny Devine turn was handled pretty well, I think. And this match does have a lot of potential. If Team 3D come with their, motivated and they perform here, this can be a really good match. I think Team 3D and Johnny Devine win because, this is 3D's match. They are the masters of the tables match. Have them win. Okay, they lost the Steiners in the tables match, and that's fine, but this is their element here. Have them win. Plus, Johnny Devine could use a win. And really, this is a big test for him. This is really the best position he's been in so far in TNA. And he needs to really come through here. He needs to get out there and prove something. The match, it can be average to good. To very good. It all depends, but this does have potential as well. We move on to the 10,000 tax match. Abyss and Rhino versus Black Rain and Relic. This is another problem with TNA that I have. Every month we come and we look at the card, and there's always this one hardcore match tacked on the card, and it's probably either involving Abyss or Black Rain or both of them. This month they added a new name, they added Rhino and Relic, but it still does not feel fresh. And it just feels like we've seen this a million times before. I want to see these guys get out there and put on a hell of a match, but I honestly do not think it's going to happen. I don't know who is a fan of Black Rain. And the whole 10,000 tax match, it's a fine idea, but the point that we've seen tax in almost every one of these matches kind of downgrades the fact that, hey, there's 10,000 of them in this one. As far as who's going to win here, probably Abyss and Rhino. I mean, it doesn't help when Relic loses his debut match in TNA. But this is what's wrong with TNA. They always have one of these matches, and it never has any heat behind it. Never. This is not any different. We move on to the main event, or what I'm going to think is the main event. A 6-man tag team main event. Samoa Joe, Kevin Nash, and Scott Hall versus the TNA World Heavyweight Champion Kurt Angle and the TNA Tag Team Champions AJ Styles and Tomko. This match is honestly something that could happen on Impact. Not to be harsh on the thing, but Samoa Joe is in there to work most of the match. The Outsiders reunion, I don't know how many buys it's going to add to the whole thing. And there also has been reports in Japan Tomko's working. There's a slight chance that he might not be able to make this match. Actually, there's probably a bigger chance. I'm hearing that he underwent surgery on some kind of muscle. I don't know if he's still going to be in this match, but the whole point of this match is if Samoa Joe does not pin Kurt Angle, the match really means nothing. This match should be used for Samoa Joe to make a claim at the world title. Have him pin Angle, and actually then it'll feel like this match accomplished something. Otherwise, this match is just a 6-man tag team match that we can see on Impact. Kevin Nash and Scott Hall are in there. The reunion thing is kind of cool, but it didn't need to be in the main event. It does not need to be in the main event. This is something where Kurt Angle could have defended the title here against Kaz. I mean, they threw it on Impact. This would have been, Kaz versus Angle would have been a better main event than this 6-man tag team match. Overall, I mean, if Samoa Joe does not win, does not get the pin on Angle, I really don't see what this match accomplished. But that's TNA Turning Point. The 5 matches, Christian Cage versus Booker T is probably going to be added at some point. But overall, this event, based on these 5 matches, nothing. You have 2 matches that have the potential to be good, but that is not even a guarantee. Recommendation to skip. I'm not going to come on here and bash TNA all the time, but recommendation to skip this one, and hopefully it's a good show, and they come through on pay-per-view, since the last 2 pay-per-views have been decent. But who knows? Again, skip it. Even if you have the money for it, I'd say hold off on this. And thank you for watching. Again, feedback is great.